Hi, Jackie here, and I'm coming at you today with another quick hitter, a 15-minute core series that gets me smoked, so I hope it gets you smoked too. So you don't need any equipment today other than yourself and a mat or just a maybe non-slick surface to do these exercises on. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to drop down to the ground. I'm going to take you through one set of this. Ideally, we'll go through two, maybe three, depending on how spicy you're feeling at home. But so today we're going to start with what we call a quadruped, all right? So we're going to start hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips here. Take the pits of your elbows, spin them forward. You're going to reach your right arm out and your left leg out. As you're reaching your leg out, I want you to think about kicking the wall behind you, driving your heel right through it. Here, you're going to inhale, bring your elbow and knee together. Exhale, come out. Inhale together. Exhale, come out. Give me 10 of these. 4 more. And if you can't get your elbow and knee to touch, it's okay. Do the best you can. Last one. Good. Other side. So you can see you get a little space so you don't kick the wall, actually kick the wall. Inhale, come together. Exhale, come out. What we're looking for here is that we're not getting a ton of movement through our back. So we're not bouncing all over the place. When we extend out here, our back is staying flat. We're not having an arch in it. 3 more. Last one. Good. That's 10. All right. For my advanced people at home, if you want to turn this up a notch, you can go ahead, start here. Take your knees off the ground. Really focusing on tucking your hips here, bringing your belt buckle to your belly button. On the exhale, you're going to reach your right arm and left leg out and then come together and then alternate and then come together. So if you're doing these, go ahead and give me 5 on each side. All right. Our next move is a plank. So we're going to do some variations of the plank. We're going to go for about 20 seconds in each variation, and we're going to try not to take a ton of rest in between, all right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with what we call a body saw. So when we get into our forearm plank here, we just want to make sure that we take our elbows and we bring them directly underneath our shoulders. They're not way out here, they're not way back here. We're in a nice straight line, okay? So you're going to take your elbows directly underneath your shoulders here. Hands are going to come flat into the ground. Legs are going to come back behind you. You're going to slightly tuck your hips under. Make sure pull your shoulders down out of your ears. And holding this position, we're going to just shift our weight front to back in what we call a body saw. So while we're doing this, you'll notice that I'm not lifting my butt up off the ground. I'm just staying in it here, breathing, going nice and slow. So a lot of times when we do this, we see people start to woo. Just make sure you go nice and slow. Good. Go ahead. You can put your knees down. Reset if you want. We're going to come back up into that plank. So again, shoulders and elbows in the same line of motion. We're going to pop up into that plank. Hands are pressing into the ground. Hips are slightly tucked. Shoulders are out of ears. And we're going to knee tap. Both knees are going to touch the ground and then come up. Inhale as they touch. Exhale as they come up off the ground here. You can see I'm getting a little glute squeeze as I lift up. The main thing here is that I'm not booty bouncing, okay? So staying nice and tight, staying in it. Good, come on, stay with me. You've got 5 more seconds. Woo, start to feel those lower abs fire. And relax. Good, nice. Then we're gonna pop up and we're gonna go just right into a straight old forearm plank, okay? So same thing, elbows and shoulders. Let's get into that plank. Come on up, same things. Hips are slightly tucked, shoulders come out of our ears. We're in that nice flat position, and we're just focusing on our breath here. Now, if you're like me and you tend to want to be really quad dominant, it's okay to put a little bend in the knee there, so that way you don't lock your quads out while you're in this position. It's not a quad exercise. Breathe with me. Come on. Stay with it. You've got it. And relax. Good. All right. We're going to go from there into a side plank. All right. We're going to do 2 of my favorite side plank variations. Okay. One gets a little dicey because it's easy to knock yourself over. So we're going to, same thing, same setup here in that side plank. Elbow and shoulder, straight line. Okay. So we're going to make sure that elbow is directly underneath our shoulder. I see a lot of people with the elbow come way out here. Keep it nice and tight. Okay. You're going to take your legs out Make sure you have enough space here. And if you're doing this barefoot or on a slippery surface, you can always stack your legs or come into a split stance here versus having them stacked here. Okay? So we're going to come up into that side plank. Once we're in that side plank, we're going to do 10 hip dips, all right? Followed by 10 reach unders. So we're going to come on up, exhale up, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, 10 times. Good. Hold. Take that hand up, reach it under, and bring it back. All right, 10 times. You can easily knock yourself over on these, and you can easily cheat. All right, make sure there's a little bit of twisting happening from that hip. You're not just moving your arm only. 2 more. Nice. Drop that hip. Let's go other side. Same thing. Line that elbow up. You can either press your hand into the ground or make a fist, depending on what's most comfortable for you. Okay, I'm not going to get super picky about that. I prefer an open hand, but I'm not going to get mad at you either way. All right, take those legs out and good. Big exhale. Lift up. All right, let's dip. And if this ever feels like too much for you, you can always drop the bottom knee. 2 more. Good. From here, that arm comes up, reach under, and come back. Inhale, exhale. Think about this in terms of your breath. It'll make it a lot better. Now, people who want to get these done fast tend to rush these, and that's when you tend to send yourself flying backwards. 2 more. Good. Drop that hip. All right. Then we're going to come onto our backs, and we're going to do a dead bug. We're going to do 2 variations of the dead bug. So first variation, you're going to lay down on your back. Legs are in tabletop. Hands come straight up. With our legs in tabletop, we want to make sure that our knees are in line with our hips. They're not way in here, and they're not way out here. All right? From here, you're going to take a big inhale and extend your right arm and right leg. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale, come back together, opposite side. Hold. 1, 2, come back together. So we're just going to keep doing that. And when we come back together, we want to imagine there's an invisible wall between our knees and our arms. And I'm not letting my knee go past that wall as I extend the opposite knee. All right. Good. And last point, just make sure your back stays nice and flat on the ground here. Couple more here. And then we're going to switch and we're going to go opposite. So now right arm, left leg, 1, 2, come together. Left arm, right leg, 1, 2, come together. Alternating. Lower back presses deeper into the ground every time. Keep going with me. Stay with me. If we want to get spicy with these, we can add a band, we can add a weight, but for right now, we're just getting good at the basics. Nice. All right. Last thing, we're going to go for just a straight side plank each side. All right. So I'm going to come back to my left side, my starting side. I'm going to take that elbow right underneath my shoulder. Legs are out. I'm going to come up and I'm going to hold. Ready? Big exhale. Up, hold. In this position, I make sure my hips are straight ahead. I'm not turned like this and I'm not open like this. Just nice and tight, touching that left oblique. Make sure it's firing. You can take your hand up to the ceiling if you want. Do whatever you need with it. But let's go. Let's just hold this and breathe. Come on, 10 more seconds. You got it. Feel that oblique. Is it working? 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. Good. Let's go other side. In that side plank, make sure your head is looking straight ahead. You're not looking at the clouds here. All right. Other side. Left elbow is directly beneath that left shoulder. Hand comes up to hip. Big exhale. Lift up. Good. Holding. Again, not rounded forward and not back. Just nice and square. Touching that left oblique. Make sure it's working and breathing. So you can stack your feet too. I have mine like this just so I don't slip. Keep breathing, keep holding. You're right there. You've got 5 more seconds. And relax. Good. Hip down. All right. That's my short little core series for you. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, that's just round one. You got to get into round 2 and 3 on your own. All right. If it gets too easy, send me a note and I'll send you some updates that you can do, ways you can manipulate it to make things a little bit harder. Thanks for tuning in.